guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels so good that Chavi is here and she's helping me like a mundu. Hello my happy faces, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be shooting a makeup tutorial after such a long time. It has been so long. And I'm going to be attempting to recreate one of my looks which I did for a wedding function. I posted a picture on my Instagram and so many of you guys requested me to do a makeup tutorial of that look. It is a very simple look, guys. I just used 2 products on my eyes which were totally bomb.com, and I'm gonna do that today exactly like that. So let's get started. It's gonna be a chit chatty video, so I'm gonna talk and I'm not gonna do a voiceover because just like that. So first up, I'm going to use my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. One of my favorite these days. Really loving it. I'm gonna dab it on my face like so. And I've already moisturized my lips using my Bird Bees lip balm. Next up, I'm going to use the primer which I use, which is the Professional Primer by Benefit Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna take some primer and just applying it on my T-zone because I know that's the place which is the most oily. So I'm just gonna dab it and not like pressing it like a cream, but just dabbing it on my T-zone and on my forehead because that's where I get sweaty as well. So for the second day, I went for a combination of 2 foundations, the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation mixed with the Fenty Beauty foundation Pro Filter foundation. This foundation actually sadly is a little too yellow on my face, so it's a little dark on my face as well, so I thought that I'll just mix it with the Estee Lauder one because the Estee Lauder one is a little light on my face. So using this, and I was actually very happy with how the combination of these foundations stayed out throughout the function. In fact, the lipstick also stayed out throughout the function. What I'm going to do today, I do not have the plate, so I'm just going to take a pump of this foundation, and actually this is actually very runny, like the Fenty Beauty. Oh fuck, oh man, see, that is why I don't like foundations which don't have a pump in it. Bloody, this wasted so much of my foundation, my god. I don't know, maybe taken more than what I took that day, but what I'm going to do is I'm also going to mix a little bit of the YBP color cream which is in the shade Goddess, and I'm going to mix it on my hand. Oh, I would need a mirror. The color which came off was like somewhat similar to my skin tone, so what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pat it on my face. And the other day what mistake I made was that I used an orange concealer, like orange corrector before, and that was like the kind of the kind of skin tone I had after I used the orange corrector. I was like Hanumanji, like all orange. So of course I'm not gonna make that mistake today again because that would then be a habit if we make mistakes again and again. I'm going to take this here, and the one thing which I noticed was that the foundation tends to dry out very quickly, so I'm gonna move fast with the blending. One thing which I really loved about the Fenty Beauty foundation, like the Estee Lauder one I have used already and I love it already. The only thing which I wished was that it was a little like matching my skin tone. It's a little light on my skin tone, I feel, so I like to mix it with other shades. But the Fenty Beauty one, yeah, it's a little dark, but I think the combination is pretty okay. What do you think? Like, the combination looks nice on my skin tone. Fenty Beauty foundation, that's really nice coverage. After that, I took a little bit of the orange concealer from the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD foundation, and I'm just gonna dot it a little bit on my dark circles because the orange is going to help me in balancing the black of my under eyes, especially for those 3 days. Like if you have seen my vlog, these were pretty crazy 3 days, a lot of lack of sleep. This tends to dry out again very quickly. I'm going to use my MAC Pro Long Wear concealer. I am in the shade NC42. Only problem I have with the MAC Pro Long Wear concealer is that the one pump it comes, the quantity is really huge for my, probably would end up wasting a lot of concealer. Just taking it all over the places where I have used the orange concealer, and I'm going to be using my YBB Makeup Perfector. You guys know this is my absolute favorite. Do you guys see what happened? Like, I can still see a little bit of orange, and on that day it was like extreme extreme orange. What the hell did I just do? And I was obviously running late, and then I had to like take it all off and then apply the makeup again. But की डांट भी बहुत खाई है उस दिन. But yeah, the husband is quite patient, so thank you for that. If you're watching, you should, else I will make you. After I used my concealer, I would generally reach out to a loose powder to just bake my concealer. So I'm gonna take my YPP makeup perfector and just gonna dab this a little bit on my perfector, like the loose powder, and I'm gonna take it on my under eyes. What this is going to do is it's going to help, and this did help, making my under eyes look as it is. It did not crease a bit. Like if you can see my vlogs, you will see that even after when we reached home at 1:45, my makeup was still like this. So this is a wear test kind of a makeup as well, because it is summers. Whatever powder is left from my makeup perfector, I would just randomly dab it on my face. So I would just wait for 5-7 seconds and then take my MAC Studio Fix, which is my absolute favorite. I'm gonna dab a little bit, and then I'm just gonna take the powder off, and I'm just dabbing it, and I'm not like swiping it. That day we were really running very late. We had to go to East Delhi from Gurgaon, and I was under a lot of pressure. Okay, I'm gonna use the NYX Dewy Finish makeup setting spray. This is gonna give me a very dewy kind of an effect to the face, not a matte finish. And I'm gonna be going back to my makeup perfector. So yes, this is my base, and I think it looks really good and very even. What do you guys think? For my eyebrows, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade. I have recently been reaching out to this a lot, and I really love it. And I'm just gonna dip it a little bit and then just outline my eyebrows and fill them. These days I'm really confused on what kind of shape of eyebrows do I want, because I'm not able to find like a proper parlor lady here which has done my eyebrows. The girl who does my eyebrow, it keeps on changing, because sometimes on the weekend we are at my mom-in-law's place, so I would go somewhere there, but sometimes we are here. So for the eyes, I use the Modern Renaissance palette. I actually use just 2 eyeshadows on my eyes. First one is this dark brown eyeshadow. The name of this shade is Cypress Umber. It's a dark brown shade, and you can get a similar shade in the Maybelline Nudes palette as well. I'm just gonna go on my crease area. My suit was actually orange and black that day, so I went for like a full out, blown out, smoky eye, black eye. What I'm just doing is that I'm just blowing this brown eyes insidewards. What am I even saying? I hope you guys understand. I feel that this eye has a little less of color, so I'm gonna deepen the color here a little bit. So it's always like, it's very difficult to recreate something, because you won't really remember that day आपने क्या किया था, कुछ technique use करी थी. It's not that easy to recreate your own look. And what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take a small shader brush, and I'm gonna use a highlighter shade on my brow bone. It's a little too much, but since it's a wedding function and everybody is like all jazzed up, we can afford to be a little more extra. This is the star of this makeup look. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadow in the shade Molten Midnight, and I have absolutely fallen in love with how this worked for me. I'm literally gonna go all over my eyelid area with this eyeshadow. I mean, just look at how beautiful this is. I'm gonna very carefully go all over my lid area. Try not to go more on that, like it depends. If you want like a more smokiness, then you can. Just take time to dry, so you want to make sure that you don't like look up. The same thing on the other eye, and hope that we do it in the similar fashion and in symmetry. And what I did that day was I took a little bit of this same eyeshadow on my lower lash line as well, but I'm gonna do that after this dries up a little. Till the time the eyeshadow is drying, I'm gonna be using my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Cafe Cafe as a contour shade, and I'm just gonna go on my contour area, the jawline, and I'm gonna be using this fatter side and blending it. First I'm gonna be going on with a powder bronzer as well. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of that brown color now and just, you know, just to make sure that everything is not very stark in lines, just gonna blend it with the black, so that we have a kind of a smoky thing going on. I'm gonna be using a little bit of the glitter eyeshadow on my outer lash line as well. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to the powder bronzer. I'm gonna be taking my all-time favorite Bahama Mama bronzer. I'm gonna go over my cream contour. Best part of this glitter eyeshadow is that there are no fallouts, and if you can get your hands on this, is for $24, a little tad bit expensive, but I now wish that you know, I wish that I had taken more shades of this since the time I've started using it. I'm really loving it. Actually doing everything very randomly. I'm gonna go with my blush, which is gonna be the MAC Peaches blush. I'm just gonna be smiling and applying the blush. That I curled my lashes, so I'm gonna do that, and I did not go for any falsies for this look because one reason is that I didn't have time, because for me falsies take a little bit more time, so I didn't have that much time. I was not carrying any falsies. I mean, it was a small function, like it was a Sagan function, so I didn't want to go overboard. My eyes are already quite overboard, so yep. For my mascara, I actually used the Tarte Lights Camera and Lashes mascara, which I have absolutely been loving these days. I'm going to be looking where? Down and applying the mascara. The best part about this mascara is that it actually feels, it gives a falsies effect. I don't know if you guys can make out or not, but the mascara has given me such a nice, like my lashes, such a nice fluttery effect. I really love it. I'm going to be applying the mascara on my other eye as well. I did not go for eyeliner for this look, and I just used the black glitter eyeshadow. And I feel that a look is incomplete till the time I've done my lower lash line mascara. What else? Highlighter. The highlighter that day, I actually went for the YBP color creams. I'm going to be dabbing 2 drops of this amazing highlighter, and I'm going to be using my hands first. See, now today there is no stress. That day there was so much stress. After I used the YBP Goddess highlighter, I moved on to my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter, and I just took a little bit of that over my cream highlighter just for that blinding effect. You guys know what I mean, right? So yes, and I also went over on my nose and my Cupid's bow. Last thing which is there, I think that's the last thing, is the lipstick. And for the lipstick, so many of you guys asked me what lip shade was I wearing that day, and this is the bomb.com combination which I was using that day. Tested it for the entire function, it stayed on for the entire function, and it's absolutely bomb.com. I'm gonna be applying the orange pop first. This is from Jacqueline USA. It's a matte shade in the lip crayon face, and it's actually retractable, so you don't need to sharpen it, which I really like. Actually looking like a India ka jhanda, right? But I felt that the lip pops from Jacqueline USA might not be able to survive like a full-fledged meal on an Indian wedding, so I decided to top it up with a liquid lipstick, and I used a Kat Von D's Lolita 2, which again is a very beautiful shade. Just to tone down a shade a little bit, I used this shade. It's more long lasting now, which is absolutely superb. Okay, so this is the final look. This is the exact look which I was wearing on the Sagan function. Actually paired it up with a green, but that day I was wearing an orange suit. I'm going to be inserting a picture here so you guys can relate to it. And yes, this is the final look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video and a makeup tutorial after a long time, then do make sure to hit that like button, and you can also subscribe to my channel because I come up with videos every Thursday, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. It's just water in a wine bottle. Fenty Beauty Foundation. Mic testing 1 2 3. Mic testing 1 2 3. Pump. The one pump which 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Okay. Hello. Okay, lip balms from Japply. I used but I felt that the lip balms from Japply. What the fuck? I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.